Rachel.
And this is Talking Pink, where we figuring out some heavy ass shit today. It ain't even. We ain't got but 45 minutes to figure it out.
No, we got less than that. We got about 13 minutes to figure all this shit out.
So here we go. All right.
45.
45. We going out 45. Let's go.
Oh, don't go on 45. We gonna get stuck.
So and I'm just gonna. We have a guest today. I'm just gonna bring her on in.
Yeah, bring her on in.
Cause hopefully she can help us figure some of this shit out.
Exactly.
But it takes a village.
Yes.
Exactly.
I have Dr. Angela Jones here.
Woo! I'm glad she said this shit. Woo!
She is a mental health therapist.
Yes.
She's a woman.
Yes.
She's black than a motherfucker. And she here to help us
Figure this shit out.
All right.
Welcome, Angela.
Hey.
This
Thanks
is why
for
she
having
starts
me.
it off, because I would have fucked your name up. I was like, I have doctor. Say your name, girl.
Say your name. Okay,
Exactly.
but anyway.
Help us.
Well, yeah, so we just got this big, and and I don't even think it should be considered big right now, because this is something that's been boiling. This pot of water been boiling for some time.
Mm-hmm.
We just got Roe versus Wade. Shit that we learned in school, you know, one of the only things we learned in school that we, you know, kind of related to. And they just flip that shit. Like, that shit is no longer in effect. That means that we do not have the decision to terminate a pregnancy if we get pregnant by an undesired partner. But it's so much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So we just trying to figure out, as women, we ain't trying to get pregnant no more, because
Hello. Amen. First of all, say that.
let's start off with that.
But, yeah.
We ain't trying to get pregnant no more,
Right.
but we both have daughters.
Right.
We have
Exactly.
nieces.
Right.
We got
Right.
sisters. We got people that are younger than us that are growing into this.
Right.
That will not have the right
Or the
to make a
option.
choice.
Right.
Exactly.
So this is so heavy.
Right.
And we just trying to figure out how we move from here. I mean, there's some good things in here that if we pay attention,
Right.
we can move through.
Right.
But it's just so much noise right now that it's gonna take a lot of weed smoking.
a lot of weeks of what?
A lot of weed smoking to figure
Can
this
you
out.
spell that for us? Because everyone doesn't have closed captioning.
Okay. Well, then, if you don't know what I said, this show ain't for you.
Welcome to Talking Pink.
It's all about the pain. Okay.
Yes.
So
Literally.
how do you feel?
Defeated, honestly. It's been a really hard week. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
You know, I think everybody knew it was coming. There was already talks about it, but just actually seeing it,
Right.
I think it just felt different actually seeing it. Even though we kind of knew it was coming, it was like, wow,
It's here.
that happened, right?
Yeah.
And it happened, and I knew it was gonna be on a Friday. They dropped it on us on a Friday, and it was just like, and that's that. And it's now you're just seeing like what states are going to be open to allowing women to do that,
Right.
what states are not, and you already know, where we're at. That's not going to happen.
Right.
But it just feels like a defeat, even if, regardless of what you believe, you have to look at the bigger picture of like, what is the bigger message here? It's like you do not have autonomy of your body
Right.
anymore.
Right.
You cannot choose what you want to do with your body. We
Right.
can allow you to get whatever you want inserted into your body.
I was just about
you
to
can
say.
allow yourself to take whatever you want out of your body, but we won't allow you to make a decision in regards to this. And it feels defeated, like you're defeated, because
Right.
as a voter, I vote all the time. I vote in the small elections
Right.
and the big elections,
Right.
and it does feel very just
Like
it's
your
just
voice
sad.
is like your voice was not heard.
It's not even about
Not
that, because
appreciated.
this wasn't even about voting, because they're appointed onto the Supreme Court.
Right.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, they lied under oath in the first place.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like, okay, so first of all, you lie under oath, and I mean, let's talk about like what really happened here.
And it's like the rules don't apply to them. Like, they make all these rules, this constitution and these amendments and these laws, but they're not for me. They're for you.
See, Roe versus Wade was not a constitutional thing, right?
Right.
The Supreme Court can overturn just about any court decision that's out there. That's why
Right.
so many people want to take it to the Supreme Court.
Right.
So if it's a court decision, they have the right to overturn it by votes. But what I was saying, like, let's look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is a few years ago, if we all remember, there was a guy named Trump that was running against a woman named Hillary. And what the real problem was is that people didn't want to vote for a woman.
Yep.
Because of whatever reason.
Right.
And they're just like, oh, you know, she did this to this. And I'm not saying what she has done is right or wrong.
Right.
But the biggest picture is what we have been saying is, okay, if you don't vote and you don't vote for her, this is what's going to happen. And now we are suffering the repercussions of our lack of vote. That's why I'm saying, like, as a voter, that's why I feel that way.
Right.
So him being in office, he got to do what he wanted to do. He got to put who he wanted on the Supreme Court.
Right.
And they got to lie under oath, and they got to do this. Because under oath, they said that they supported Roe versus Wade. And now they voted against it. So the bigger picture, that's why I'm saying, like, as a voter, that's why I feel like this really sucks. Because I know I go out there, I take my little 10 minutes to go vote on a machine, and I be out. And people don't see, like, this is the repercussions. This is not on a small scale. This is on a larger scale.
Right.
So even though you didn't vote for Trump, but you didn't go out there to vote for Hillary, and this is what happens.
Right.
And you don't have to like the people you vote into office.
You're not supposed to.
I tell people that all the time. You don't have to like that person.
Right.
You have to ask yourself, like, what is the consequences of a person like this being in office? And now you are seeing it. And it's not going to stop there. It's not going to stop there. So, yeah.
It's not. Yeah. And
How can we make people care, though? Because some people still will not take the time out to study, to listen to educate themselves,
And I
so they
think-
know what party or person to vote for.
Well,
How do
you
you
know,
make
the thing
people-
that sucks about this whole situation with Roe versus Wade is that this is actually going to make people not want to vote even more.
Exactly.
Right.
That's what
And
I'm
when
saying.
it
So how do you
actually
get them to
should be the
care?
opposite effect.
Right.
It should make you say, man, okay, I may not like Biden. I may
Right,
not like
right.
whoever that goes up
Right.
there, but I see what the repercussions are. But it's not going to do that.
It's not.
It's going to frustrate people, and it's going to make people feel defeated and feel like, what's the point?
Yep.
Because they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
Yep. Exactly.
And that's at the end of the day, that's what happens. And I'm not a political. That's my husband. He's in politics.
Yeah.
I'm not a political person in that way.
Right.
But this is, I mean, in the most simple sense, this decision started when Trump took office.
Right.
And this is the repercussion. This is how long it's taken
Right.
for this decision. So imagine what other things are coming down the pipe, right? You have the Supreme Court Justice Clarence, who is talking about he wants to ban same-sex marriages again. He wants to ban contraceptives.
Yep.
No birth
So,
control.
but what does that mean?
That
does
means-
that mean me and my lesbian partner
Mm-hmm.
who got married,
Right.
who have a license,
Will no longer be seen by law as married anymore if that happens.
and
That means
then-
all the protections of insurance and everything else that happens
right.
is gone. It's gone. So even if you're not gay, just think about if me and my husband, all of a sudden they said, you know, your marriage is no longer legally sound.
Right.
Think about the repercussions of that. It's going to be the same thing for the gay community. And it's not that's what Clarence wants, right?
Yeah.
And he also wants to take away birth control.
Yeah. So no
So,
more IUD. No more
No IUD.
So they're gonna
no
rip
birth
these
control.
things out of us?
No, you probably could keep it, but once it's out, it's out.
Yeah, we can't
Insert it.
Re-up.
Yeah. You can't re-up.
Can't re-up on
So
the thing.
we gotta let these things dying with us.
And then what happens is if
I don't
a
know about
medical doctor decides, I mean, this is not a law yet, but this is like what
Where
it
it's going.
could be.
Right.
If a doctor decides, like, I want to give this person birth control, they can be fined and to get their license taken away. So they're not going to want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see? I don't know if you guys saw, like, if anybody performs an abortion in a state that's like saying that you can't do abortion, like it's a felony.
Yeah, they can lose their license.
Yeah,
They go to jail.
that's what we talked about before. Because we talked about, you know, if the Uber driver takes you to the abortion clinic,
he could be fined.
He
could
could
be
be
fined.
charged.
So I can't get condoms. I can't get. Are they still gonna sell the little sex pills?
I don't know. I
Is
bet
it
they
Plan
will.
B?
I'm absolutely sure they're still going to sell all those little pills you see at the corner store. Viagra.
Yeah.
Anything
Anything to keep it up.
But you know,
Enhancers.
anything for a man
Right.
is still going to be.
Yeah.
They can still get.
So they still want to
vasectomies.
pat him on the back.
Absolutely.
You're okay. You're okay.
And
This is not
That
about
bitch
because
get
they
pregnant.
don't care about us.
And yeah, in the grand scheme, it's like man versus woman. Men want to have the control over the woman, and we keep talking about abortion but there's no talk about men having discipline to not rape.
Right.
Men having discipline to not have sex with just anybody, just random. I mean, there's nothing.
I mean, so if this is overturned,
discussion.
So if someone assaulted me, are we freeing them now? Baby. No. But are we freeing them now?
He could probably go to jail, but you got to have that baby.
Do he still have to register? Is he even going to go to jail?
See, the sex offender laws are still going to be the sex offender laws. But again, I feel like that's...
So what difference would it make then?
I mean, it's still going to be...
So fuck it. I can fuck anybody I want. I can rape anybody I want to. Kids, grown-ups, anybody. And all I'm going to do is have to fucking register. If that bitch have a baby, you can't come after me for child support because I ain't paying that shit.
Oh, no. So now, I mean, I don't know if you saw there was like a recent case that a man raped this girl when she was like 14 or 15. Mm-hmm. And he won custody of her.
The girl?
The baby.
The man won custody of the baby of the girl that he raped.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, you know.
TMFAC.
How?
TMFAC. Just let it be the TMFAC and Pinky.
Why don't you exactly explain the fuck? What the fuck?
What that really means is these motherfuckers are crazy. So that's my OMG and WFT. That's these motherfuckers are crazy. So there's no way that you can make logic of crazy. Because it's nothing. It's irrational.
So basically, if I wanted a baby,
I'm acting like a doctor now. Dr. Jones, am I wrong or am I right?
No, so basically, if I'm a man and I want a baby, all I got to do is fuck you. Who cares about how you felt about it? You get pregnant and then, okay, judge, give me my baby.
He still could be prosecuted and he still can go to jail. But he still may have to register. But at the end of the day, he probably... And I'm saying probably because I really don't know. I don't want to say like this is facts. He probably still has rights to that baby.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you gotta just like.
So yeah, he may serve time in jail. He may have to, all that stuff that they still do, but he may still have rights to the baby.
Is a baby a boy or girl?
I don't know.
It's non-binary, okay?
So
just leave it at that.
So I mean, overall, like even with this, just think about just as women. What that means, like the heavy toll on our minds this week, right? Because I have a daughter.
Right.
I know you guys have
daughters. We have daughters, right.
And it's just like, now what? Because it's more than just, my daughter can't get an abortion. It's my daughter doesn't have a right to have the same choices I had, or my friends have, or you guys have.
Right.
It's about the fact that you have a choice. Even if you don't exercise it,
exactly.
You have that choice. And she's not going to have that.
So, and when I heard that, the one thing that I thought about the most, because as a child, I was molested.
Same.
And now, and I pray to God, I pray often that this does not happen to my daughters. But they say trauma is
inherited.
Passed down.
Yeah.
And I fear that if something should happen, she should get raped, and she gets pregnant, then she's got to deal with that trauma that she may not even overcome. Then she's got this child that she's forced to raise, or she don't have to raise it. She can give it up for adoption.
Is that even going to still be a thing?
Adoption is the thing that they're pushing.
So now we're going to have agencies that so we're going to have orphanage now,
or more and more.
Adoption is already like, do you know how many kids are in foster care?
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. This system is going to now be overwhelmed because
unless she could drive her daughter to California and get it done, and that's if some people even have the means to do that.
Right.
I'm just
scary.
So it's just a scary time, and I know.
So are we going to start building projects now to house these women and children?
Yeah, right.
Who we no longer give a fuck about anymore?
Yeah, right. Because you have to remember now when the elites, the rich. If their children have babies, they have money to get on their private jet and fly them to New York or fly them to California to get the procedure done.
Right.
They have the means to actually do that. It's not a big deal for them. They're just like, we'll just go to New Mexico or whatever the states that are.
Right.
It's the poor.
It's the poor.
Yeah.
It's the middle class and poor.
How do we take ourselves out of being middle class and poor?
Oh well,
if we're not giving the options,
we've been trying to live this American
we've been trying to do that for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah.
But if we're not given the options and opportunities to pull ourselves out of this, then we're gonna.
They don't want to give it to you.
They're taking away.
They don't want to give you options.
Just the basic thing, the basic right, a human right, the basic human right. They just took that from you. So you think they give a fuck about any other right or any other humane thought? They don't fucking care
at all.
At all.
I mean, just think about it. It's basically keeping the poor,
right?
No matter what.
Because I'm already struggling trying to take care of the kids that I do have. So now, if one of my kids have a kid, I'm never gonna crawl out of where I am.
Mm-hmm.
I can't show you better than where I am because
don't try to get help for that. From the government. How hard is that to get?
You're gonna be in lines from 9 to 5 every day.
Exactly. So it's a very depressing era right now. I was gonna say week, but it's beyond that. And
this is heavier shit than we've ever really had to talk about or experience before.
Well, because it's like, about again, I feel like it's about autonomy. If a man is able to go and snip himself to stop having babies, what's our option? If I got pregnant right now and the baby was what is it? What do they call it? An atopic pregnancy?
Yeah.
I can't abort that.
So you could.
So you both of y'all can die. You and this baby.
Basically.
Because it went the wrong way.
If you miscarry and the baby doesn't how the baby
doesn't descend. Right.
You can't get that baby out. You have to just wait. And if it doesn't happen, that baby will poison your body and die. There's just so many things.
So DNC's no, none of that anymore.
A DNC is a fancy way of saying abortion. You know that. Because the only thing that's different is that they're clearing out the inner lining of your uterus when they're doing that. So that's why the procedure is considered more evasive, because they're doing more than just removing the fetus from you. They're also they're removing the fetus, and they're taking like the inner lining of your uterus, and they remove all of that out. That's why you have to be under when it happens. But what happened? So the thing is, it's like, how are they going to determine, like, is a DNC okay because we're taking the inner lining of the uterus okay? I don't know. I don't know exactly the talks of that.
That's kind of fucked up, because that's what happened to me. I had a miscarriage though. Mm-hmm. So I delivered, but then I had to go to the hospital, and they had to clean that shit out.
Right. So, but you were able to deliver. Some women are unable.
This is true.
So.
Fuck.
I know. Talking pink.
I know, right? I'm not talking dark. God damn.
This shit is really dark.
So, it's just being a woman right now is really hard. That's the way I feel.
If it wasn't hard already.
If it wasn't hard already. Literally, being a black woman is even harder. So
even harder. Like fuck. Like all the things that that we remember, like our ancestors gone through, and the one place that we usually stop is like the enslavement. Like that shit is difficult to get over. I don't think if we don't really focus on every aspect of what happened during that time, we are never gonna be healed. We are never gonna be our full selves, and we are an amazing people.
They don't care.
And you know what? And I think it's sort of the opposite. I think they care so much they want to prevent any natural thing that shows your intelligence, your creativity, anything. We're gonna fucking cut that shit off right here at the head. So nobody will ever know your history. You'll never know your own history. You never know how great you were. You never know how great your ancestors were.
But won't we then be overwhelmed with? I mean, won't the country, then be overwhelmed with the populations growing as fast and as much as they do?
It's called the whip.
What they're trying to they're trying to tell you, well, if you don't want this to happen, then stop having sex so callously. That's the way they're saying.
But it's not always a choice. No, like if I'm 9 and I'm just lying there, and some grown man is fucking bored, and you know what I'm saying? I have this menstruating, body hormones and all this, and you shoot me up, like.
And that's the unnatural.
So how like that's not my fault.
Right.
That's the unnatural. You should not have been
laying around with your menstruating ass.
You've been enticing him. That's your fault. You did this.
So I'm the reason that I got sexually assaulted.
Always been their mentality, will always be their mentality.
And I think because we don't talk about it enough as women of molestation, and sexual assaults, then the next generation grows up thinking, oh, it was my fault.
I mean, they don't. I'm speaking of Clarence again on the Supreme Court. I mean, when was that? When why can't I think of her name? She took him to court because
Anita Hill.
Yes, Anita Hill. She took him to court because he was sexually harassing her, and she got deemed as the bad guy.
Yep.
But she's been telling us like this man is horrible, and nobody wanted to believe her. Yeah. Everybody wanted to see her as, oh, she's trying to bring the black man down. But no, Clarence has lost his card a long time ago. So beyond that, and she told us who he was.
Was it 1994, 93, somewhere up in there? Yeah, when he was up for a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
There was a whole trial.
It was hard, yeah.
It was,
and everybody like looked at her like, you're just trying to keep the black man down. And look what he's doing.
That nigga ain't shit.
So,
what's the acronym for that?
Give me a minute.
TNAS. There you go.
TNAS. What? Say it again. We'll put a D in there and be like, make it real black. That nigga ain't. Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Spit the water.
Okay. Right. I'm not a spitter. Woo!
Spitters are quitters.
Shit, exactly. So, how can we what else can we do then? It's like this even takes the fun out of sex naturally.
That's their plan. Yeah. That's the plan. They don't want you to have fun doing it.
They don't want you to have fun having sex. They're trying to say basically you need to be more responsible. I mean, I think they're going to keep going back to that. You need to be more responsible.
And I think
everybody needs a
language.
Sex doll.
Everybody needs a sex doll.
Everybody needs a sex doll.
Everybody need a friend.
Get you a nice silicone, feel real, look like ass and titties move.
$20,000 ones.
But then, what does that do? That creates something in you too.
What does it create?
It creates
a way out.
No,
this plastic piece of shit can't get pregnant.
Wait, on the surface, yeah, but in depth, you having sex with the silicone, you're gonna always want to have sex with the silicone, and you don't know what a natural woman feels like.
That don't fucking matter. That's the problem. Too many motherfuckers know what a natural woman feel like, and they bam, bam, bam. It don't even matter if the woman is mature or not. A pussy is a pussy. Give that bitch a plastic piece of shit and fuck it until you die.
Treat him like a dog.
Treat him like a dog.
Give him a teddy
bear. That way, this bitch ain't gotta have no rights. She ain't gotta have no feelings. You ain't gotta feed the motherfucker or nothing. You buy that bitch one time, and that is your calm bucket for life.
Bucket for life.
You wash her ass when you wash your own ass, okay? Just to get that shit out there and flush it. I don't know what you do, but just get one. It feel real. It look real. It sound real. And depending on the flavor of the lubricant, it can taste real too, okay?
And
it's gotta be.
But the real solution is both.
Or you could do that, okay? If you want to do something cheaper than plastic,
go vote for some folks, you know. And that's all I gotta say about it.
But like, how you gonna educate yourself enough again to vote? Because people get bored really fast. This is a story. This is a hot topic now. But how we gonna keep this on people's minds enough for it to be like, hey, remember to vote. Think about voting. Who think about vote? Like, let's get a group of people. Like, it should be a study hall for this shit.
Yep. Yeah. And I think some people have suggested that. Like, I watch.
We lose interest too fast. Like, yes, this is hot and it's loud and it's happening. And it's all across the news right now. Just like before this,
and
it was
tomorrow's gonna be
right. Before this,
you have to remember, right
before that, it was for COVID.
It was about gun rights.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So
now nobody's talking about that shit anymore.
On that, or are we
no, we're not.
Way?
It's like
it's a constant shift, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People. FAC. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, we trying to make logic. We can't do that because
But how can we keep up enough to fix one issue? It's just shit just keeps falling on top, on top, on top.
You have to remember when this case came out, it was because people came forward of the impact, and it's gonna. I feel like that's gonna happen all over again. It's gonna have to happen all over. We have to do all that legwork all over again. Yeah. And I mean, think about how long it took the first time.
Exactly. I was just about to say, how long did this even take to get into?
I believe that.
You know, so
men can't control themselves. I'm sorry to keep going to that point, but
and it's like, so
it's true.
Isn't there a shot for that though?
A shot for what?
For everything. Like, I need one.
A shot for what? There you go. There you go.
I don't know. Fucking self-control. Like,
yeah, no,
discipline. Ain't nobody trying to be disciplined, girl.
There's no shot for that.
Ain't no shot for stupid.
Is it a pill for it?
Ain't no shot.
Is it something you can smoke?
For crazy. Ain't nothing that's gonna fix it.
You have to remember, there's people in prison that are there because there are serial rapists, and they choose to be castrated because they have.
Choose to?
No
some of them choose to. Back in the day, they used to force it, but.
So why did that law get abolished? Dicks have rights? Like what? Dicks have rights.
No, think about that. Think about it. So like it used to be like, oh, you have to get castrated because you're. But that's not. I don't think that's a thing anymore. I'm saying I don't think because I haven't followed it.
I bet you it's still a law, but it's not something that's being enforced.
It's not like mandated through the court right now. Like you're gonna get because castrated. All that means they don't literally physically cut your penis off.
It doesn't work.
Right. It doesn't work anymore.
Right.
You don't.
So you can still have it, but it's just gonna be a piece of shit that don't.
It's gonna.
But even those men who get castrated, right? They still have the desire.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
So they still can find ways to rape people in other means.
Exactly, and that's what.
So that's what I'm telling you. There is
like,
no fix.
Death.
Oh, jeez.
Death can be a fix.
Oh. And that's we are a nation of death. Like this is death culture.
I mean, I feel like you should just die. You can't stop raping girls. Can't stop raping kids.
But then what does that do? How does that?
It fixes the problem.
Does it though?
So are you for death? The death sentence?
Death
yes,
penalty
I am.
and all that.
Kill them motherfuckers.
Certain ones, right?
Kill
Not all of them.
Motherfuckers.
Which ones you
what
want?
What is that in a?
She wants to pick and choose which ones.
Yeah.
Okay, like so. Give me an example.
Like, do you want somebody like the guy who shot those babies at school to die?
He's already dead.
Okay.
Right.
So yes.
Yes.
So you want the motherfuckers who rape children? That anybody that's part of that
that cult?
That I don't know what
that group?
Yeah, all of that.
Yep.
The one that kidnapped kids, girls, and you know enslave them through sexual enslavement.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yes.
So
they should die. They should die.
Okay.
Because if you're living, what is the point? You did all this for what? If you die, I feel like this. If we kill the situation, what are we really talking about? It's just gonna be another person to come up and be a leader, and then you kill that motherfucker, and somebody else come along.
So we just killing.
It makes sense. That's how you fix the problem.
That's how you eliminate
roaches. You kill them dead with rage.
That's called extermination.
Or boric acid.
That's called extermination.
Exactly. That's what we need to do. We need to exterminate them. I don't see the problem.
Okay.
You notice I'm really quiet right now.
You gotta kill everybody. Everybody gonna die tonight. Okay.
Not by me.
Okay.
By the system.
Oh, the system.
Yes.
Okay, the system. Okay,
the systematic.
We're talking about the same system.
No, not that system. Not that system. We should have another system.
But here's the problem. That it's going to set precedents to other things. They probably feel like women who got abortions should die.
Because you killed
a baby. That's the way they see it. That's the way they see it. You killed a life. That's eye for an eye. So you can't. I know why you're saying that because of what they do.
Yeah.
But that's just one. They're gonna be like, oh, okay. Well, if you can do it with this group, we're gonna do it with this group too. And trust me, they're gonna love to do it to the second group.
Yep. More so.
Yeah. So, I don't know if y'all want to stay in talking black for a long time. But.
Okay, no, let's talk about some woo. Okay.
King Kong, goddamn.
I'm a warrior. That's what
Killing your chest.
Okay. Can't do that. But anyway, so now, do you still want to have sex?
I'm fucking.
Let's talk about sex.
Yeah.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk about it.
Talk about
Ask a question.
Me.
Okay, I don't need you to sing the song. Everybody know it. Look it up on YouTube. Let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about?
So, do you still find pleasure?
I do.
How so?
Why should I not find pleasure in sex?
Okay,
I'm just supposed to take
that
desire and passion away from me and out of me?
It does to me.
Because if I fuck myself, I can't get pregnant.
Because that's what
if I fuck plastic, like I'm suggesting that everyone do, I can't get pregnant. So I'm gonna always enjoy sex. I don't need another person or body to enjoy sex. I enjoy sex by myself.
Yes, we know.
She don't know. I mean, and I
know.
think that's a thing.
Like
Enjoy it by yourself.
So maybe this could be a remedy. So maybe we should explore ourselves not only in sexually, but explore ourselves wholly. Maybe that will help us to understand.
You about to pray about it?
With a W.
No, with a W, girl.
Oh, girl.
You know the whole, the WH.
She said, what the hell?
So maybe it'll help fix some of the unnatural shit in you. Like maybe you just go within.
Or it can start something else.
Just go within.
She has
and be
a
like,
question.
damn, I'm fucked up. I think I need to go talk to somebody.
No.
So the thing is,
Find a
like,
group.
yes, I'm a mental health therapist. I'm also a sex therapist. So
Yes, let's get
sex
into it.
is the most natural thing.
That's what I'm
We are
saying.
sexual beings.
Period.
So to explore, want to receive pleasure, satisfaction, eroticism, all of it. That's the most natural thing we have.
Exactly.
And they want to take the naturalness out of it. They
You
want
can't
it
make
to
me
be
stop fucking
mechanical.
myself.
Right? They want it to be mechanic.
Yes, they can.
You know,
Well, I can get a fucking
there was
machine.
one time
It could be mechanical.
where masturbation was illegal. There was a time,
I
and
probably
it's
would have had
actually
to register for that.
still in law in a lot of states. That
Are you
just don't
being
enforce
serious?
It's because it's so stupid, but it's still in the books. Just like having anal sex is still in the books as illegal in a lot of places too.
Where's that at?
And all
Texas.
that's gonna be looked at.
Having anal sex in Texas is illegal?
I think it's still on the books somewhere. There's like some caveat but since it's not enforced, but at one time it was.
Boy, you know it's illegal. Get out of there.
Like we're criminals right now.
But the thing is, we're sexual beings. It's a very natural thing, right? But they want us to be scared. It's about control.
I'm about control and sexually pleasing myself. I feel like everybody should just do it to themselves.
But sometimes you want a human.
See?
Or plastic.
Or a human.
Or nice
Paper or plastic?
silicone. No paper. Please, I don't know cuts.
Paper or
I
plastic?
only want silicone. Soft, skin-like silicone.
See, skin-like.
Which I have it.
Like.
Oh yeah, it feel real. I bought some things last night.
Ain't nothing like the real.
Oh, it's like the real. It's better.
So you're the singer of the group.
Exactly. Apparently, she been staring at your ass all day. I ain't never seen her sing so much in ever. All day, and then she looking at me like, "Bitch, you don't know this song?"
They're good references. It's like that came to you just like that, huh? That's good. That was good.
Sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. I think that's a good skill.
Thank you.
Let me drop a line right here.
My daddy was a singer. He still is. I'm sorry. My daddy, he auditioned for
Speaking of
Motown.
sex, like how we start talking about your daddy?
Oh, what? Hey, she said senior. My daddy auditioned for Motown.
Oh.
Like back in the 60s.
He was,
She's so
you know
happy
the
about
movie
that. She's
Five
proud
Heartbeats?
about it.
I am.
He was supposed
You know
to be
the
that?
movie?
He was supposed to be in it?
Shut up.
Which one was he?
He was Eddie Kane.
Exactly.
Because his drug was sex. I have so many siblings. I don't know how many I have. And I lost one of them about a month ago.
Yeah.
And so we all got together. And so that's our running joke. Like, we don't know how many
Of us
it is.
Ah, damn.
And it's at the same time, we can take that and turn it into something else. And I think that's what we have to do with what's going on right now.
He was just spreading his seed.
He was.
What is that show on Netflix now? Our Father, how he was spreading his seed.
Oh my God.
Oh, that.
Have y'all seen that?
Stay,
no
keep
idea.
safe, keep sweet.
It was a fertility doctor.
Oh no, yeah, Our Father. That one.
And he put his sperm in everybody.
And everybody.
And everybody. So
and he
had
didn't even
children
get the pleasure.
everywhere.
He just gave them his
He
sperm.
didn't even want it though.
No, he wanted it. I mean, if that's true narcissism at its finest, it's beyond that. But, you know, just watch it. It's on Netflix.
What is it called?
Our Father.
That seems so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not gonna masturbate to that.
Absolutely not.
Nope. No, you're not. That's TMFAC. Yeah. Okay.
Why do you have to bring that up?
What them motherfuckers?
Our Father. I'm the one who
yes,
said
Our
that.
Father.
I brought it up.
My daddy was a singer. I'm like, how we get over here?
She had a lot of siblings, you know.
I got a lot of siblings.
God,
Hold amazing people too, and we can see ourselves in each other. That's the whole thing. That's what makes me feel whole. Like I can see myself in my siblings.
That's the problem. They want to see themselves and everybody else.
Who that? Our Father.
Mm-hmm. You play too much. I ain't gonna amen that shit. I ain't gonna do it. I just think if they have the choice of castrating themselves, why don't we have the choice of making ourselves barren?
Tube side.
Do we still have that option?
Or we still have that option so far.
So hurry up before they change anything.
So far, because I don't know if they're going to condemn that as a birth control.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna move on again. We're gonna move forward again. Hey, did y'all see that Versus though?
First of all, I didn't see it, but all I did was
heard about it.
Oh my God.
Me neither.
What the fuck?
It was nothing to watch.
No, it was too much to watch. Is what it was. A fucking 4 hours show.
Because weren't they like 2 hours late?
Yes.
Ariana and Mario.
That is crazy.
It's like y'all are not A-listers. You can't
anymore.
Right?
Like stop this shit. This is not the millennial tour no more. This is not what we fucking signed up for.
2 hours late.
2 hours late.
Thing.
And then the shit before that shit was not that great either.
Ray J.
Oh my God.
So I think you know what? Okay, and this is what I said. I was gonna say one thing about it, but I want to say something else. But the one thing I was gonna say was that when you monetize something, this is what you get. This is the end result. It's not authentic anymore. Yeah. It doesn't resonate as like it did before. Like when you had great performers.
Right.
You had Anita Baker.
Right.
You had all of those great people that we know to be great.
Right.
Our generation. Right. Maybe some younger people do. I hope they do if they got good parents. But we know them as being like the best.
Right.
They're running out of people. I honestly think that's what it is. And they're allowing people to give suggestions. But again, like during the pandemic, I feel like it was just on point. They started on time. You know, you heard songs, you would sing along. But now it's just kind of like you're just waiting for the drama to happen on the stage.
It's like a reality show, right?
Oh, that's what it's like.
It's almost like that because sometimes they're on the stage together.
Yep.
During the pandemic, remember, everybody was
separated, right?
And I think I like it better that way.
Yeah.
It seems more authentic that way, right? Because it's like you could do what you have to do, and it's kind of kept away from one another. But now that everybody's on stage together, that stuff's so fake.
I think the last one I saw was Snoop Dogg and DMX.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that was a good one, though.
I like that one. They were in studio, too.
But that was a good one, though. I remember that one.
A long-ass time ago.
Yeah, it was a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Rest in peace, DMX.
Rest in peace,
exactly.
DMX. That's what I was thinking.
Simmons.
Before he passed away.
Exactly.
Right. Everybody do they look. But yeah, so when you got money up in it, it's always gonna be something that.
But I thought it was just these two individuals. They literally had a little catalog of, semi-celebrities still for this time period of wasted time. Then they were throwing shots and slugs at each other. It was just so fucking tacky. I was like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Show. That was it.
Everybody was just saying it was horrible. That's all I heard. I was happy I didn't waste my time.
Yeah, 4 hours.
FAC.
4 hours. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's too damn long.
Yeah, there is one already. Okay, get the fuck out.
GTFOH.
Yeah, I can't keep up. I don't.
Okay.
I don't speak
I'm a little cool sometimes.
I'm not at all. I'm like, what the fuck that mean? They be like, oh my God, mama, you so it mean.
Like, use your words, not.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I was saying. Y'all fucking. We too lazy to motherfucking text. On my way, motherfucker.
Right. It even helps you, like the thing, the little guy. When you say on, it puts my way.
You're right.
It does do that.
It's it. It make it easy for you, so you can do it and drive.
I can't.
I don't condone driving.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that. Look, our vehicles don't even allow us to do that shit. I'm like, man, why they ain't calling me back? Why they ain't texting me? And it's like, this person is in focus. I'm driving. I'm like, motherfucker.
She got a smart car. It's so smart.
Exactly. Sensitive ass shit. Too close. There ain't shit out there. Shut the fuck up. Hate that shit.
You get mad at your car?
I do.
Anyway.
Just be beeping for no fucking reason.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm done with the versus bullshit. You got something you want to talk about?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you know what I did?
What you do?
I actually spent time with my children.
On purpose?
On purpose.
Oh,
I did.
Good for you.
We had a great day. Like they are out of school.
Would they say this, or you just speaking for them on their their behalf since
Well,
they ain't here to say it
from
for
their
themselves.
actions and attitude, yes,
They had a good time.
they had a good time.
Okay.
So we like I put them in a class, and this is what my thing is with the law that was just passed, or the overturning of Roe versus Wade. I got my children in jujitsu.
Okay.
They have to learn how to protect themselves.
Yep. Okay.
So
that's good.
and I'm gonna make sure they understand why they're gonna continue this, because you know how kids get bored with shit.
Yep, they do.
And want to
Yep.
stop.
Yep.
So I'm like, nah. This is important.
Right.
You need to understand. You have to be able to protect yourself, because if I can't see you, I can't protect you.
Correct.
Right.
So you need to learn this skill. And probably
That's good. I think we as a community should start brainstorming and figuring out how we can protect ourselves and we can protect our loved ones so that they can protect themselves.
And you know,
So I think that's good.
It's gonna take us. And when I say us, I do, and I've said it so many times before. Rachel knows it's gonna take black women, because in the past, throughout history, it's always been a black woman that saves this country. It has always been on our backs.
Mm-hmm.
So
We carry this country.
Yep. And you know, even though it's a piece of shit, but you know, we make chitlins out of it. So you know, you can only
They're trying to take it away. I mean, even though the burden of us carrying the country on our backs, they don't want that either.
Right.
They want
Exactly.
They just don't want us.
They just want our backs.
So this is gonna take away our vote to right.
Right to
To
vote.
vote. Right to vote. So we're not gonna be able to then have the voice to even say we are the reason why this.
They're not going to do that. You know
They're
why?
not gonna take away our right to vote.
No, because that affects too many of the people on the other side. Because those women are the base of voting.
Mm-hmm.
We vote the most, and we go out and vote.
Right.
Women vote
We do
Right.
the
more
ground.
than men.
Right.
They don't want to do that. They don't want to take that away
So we
from
don't have
all
to
women.
worry about that.
Since
for now.
since we didn't have it, that's why we exercise it so much.
Right.
And if they take that away from us,
Right.
they know that
They
it's gonna
end up-
affect both sides. They don't want to do that.
So they've been planning. It's like she said. It's 2016 till now that we see, you know, what has conspired. But I think it's been way before then.
Right.
Even before their decision was made, they've been trying to figure out, you know, ways to reverse or combat or to.
That's why the Brown versus
Yeah.
versus the board is going to be such a big deal. Even though that's just a rumor, but that they could overturn that if they want to. I mean, just think about it. Our own governor is basically saying they don't want public schools to follow I forgot what he said, but like they don't want the money from the children that go to public schools to follow them. Something like that. So basically
What do you mean?
taking money away from public schools. So if you live in a very poor area,
Right.
it's based off of tax dollars. So sometimes
Right.
they have to supplement that for
Right,
certain areas.
right.
They're
And
basically
certain
saying,
areas
well,
get
if you're in a
bonds.
poor area, you're gonna have a poor school. No
Right.
matter like
Right.
we're not gonna help with that at all.
Right.
Sounds like
And that's-
segregation, right? Sounds familiar.
I remember it was a time that we could go to any school though, when it wasn't so you live here, you got to go here. You live here, you got to go
Well,
there.
I mean, if you think about it, it was because some schools were getting overwhelmed. A lot of schools were getting
yeah.
overwhelmed. If I'm in a neighborhood and the school is horrible, but just a couple streets down, the
Right.
school is great.
Right.
Of course, I'm gonna try to get my kid over there by any means necessary. That's why
Right.
they did it by address. But there's just so many. Is just so many things that this is setting a precedence to. A lot of it, what we're talking about, is hypothetical, you know, but still, it's like now we actually have to think about the hypothetical, because
Yeah.
we thought Roe versus Wade being overturned was a hypothetical thing for a while until it became very real. So,
How do we get it to turn it back over?
yeah. You know, there's
It's not
gonna,
gonna be easy.
first of all, there's gonna have to be, right now we only have 3 Democrats on the Supreme Court.
Oh, my fucking
3.
God.
So there's
Out of
going to have to be like 2 or 3
9.
of the Supreme Courts that either decide they don't want to do it anymore or die,
Right.
and then Biden will get to replace them. But you want that to happen while Biden is still in presidency.
And a lie.
Because we don't know what 2024 is going to bring.
I mean, if this is the
It's a state of emergency.
exactly.
What is we going to do? But again, we back in dark territory.
Yeah.
But we can't move from here. This is how hard it is to move from here, because everything that we think about
Right.
it affects. Like it's just hard not to just stay here, and we got to stay here, for a little while because we're gonna have to figure this shit out.
But something else is gonna happen. And then this is going to be another thing that we once were thinking about.
No, stop saying that shit.
But look at what's happened.
Just stop.
The past couple of months or weeks ago, we had some heavy shit on our minds then.
There has yet to be a week there hasn't been something heavy.
Right, but this most affects us because it affects
200 degrees outside.
Exactly. it affects
our
offsprings, which affect us. But they have no idea what it is, so that's why it's heavier on us because we understand it and they don't.
Yeah. And that's going to be hard to translate too because they have no idea. We've gone through all these experiences and they have no idea. They haven't experienced anything. So what they're learning from us.
Right.
And are we doing it in a healthy way where we're teaching them? So we got to,
So how is this conversation that we start? Exactly.
Teach them a lot of shit.
Right.
And that shit ain't.
But what taught us? TV and Friends.
PBS.
We didn't have like they have internet. They have so much more. Anything they have a question for
that they ain't ready for.
Yeah, they can ask the internet.
See, but none of that is even authentic.
Exactly. So the information that they're getting,
everything is stylized for you. So you go on Instagram, it's stylized for you. You go on Facebook, Google. That's why they even tell you, hey, if you want to look up flight tickets and you want the real price, put your internet browser on private so you could get a different price. But if you could Google, what are the Democrats doing for women? If you have always been a Republican and you get Republican emails and you've looked up, they already know that. So they're going to make sure all your search engine stuff reflects that. So it's not even authentic. It's not even fair.
The realest form of
you have Gmail. So they can see what you get in your emails.
Yep.
So if you're voting for only Republican candidates, then they know what kind of stuff you want to see.
This is true because you do get emails and even text messages at this point. Remember, it's voting season or it's your local election.
How do you think they got your phone number?
Exactly. I thought it was.
How do you think they got your phone number?
When you go to vote, is my name, is my number.
I mean, that helps. Your voting record is public,
right?
So I can see how many times she. It doesn't tell me which way, but I can see you voted.
Yeah.
Right. So they have everything has a system to see what you will or will not do. You don't get many texts about Republican candidates. You may every once in a while get one that slips through, but once you say no, it's done, right? Everything is personalized. It's algorithm. Everything is personalized to you. So nothing is real. That's why when you go on Facebook, you don't see a whole bunch of racist people saying a whole bunch of stuff because you don't follow those type of people.
Yeah.
Okay, none of the people that you're following have that type of mindset. So therefore, you're going to see all the stuff that you actually agree with. And every once in a while, you may get one that slips through.
Yeah.
Right? But that's about it.
Fuck.
So everything, even your Netflix account is algorithed. Is that a word? It's to you.
It is.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's to you. So nothing you do is true to you. When you think you have autonomy, you think you have a choice. I'm going to Google this. I want to see this. You actually feel empowered, but that's the point. They want you to feel like you have a choice, but you don't have a choice in anything. In anything.
Silicone.
Make you feel real. Real good.
They want you to believe it feels real. No, I'm playing.
That's the Matrix. We're in the Matrix.
What color pill you taking? I'm going to take both.
Is it the plan? Is it plan B?
In that pod.
I am.
Plan B, right?
We in that. I'm gonna melt on that shit. Silicone that feel real. I bought me some toys, so I'm gonna play.
We know.
I couldn't wait.
And on that note, we finna go.
Tune in next week.
We finna go play with some toys.
Exactly. I'm gonna come back and tell you all about it. We want to thank our guests. Tell them where they can find you.
You could go to my website at angelajonesphd.com, or you could go to my Instagram page at Dr. Angela Jones.
We gonna have you back because we still got to talk about some sex.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
even this topic. I don't really talk about this.
Right.
Much. Like I don't talk about it on my page,
right,
or anything like that. But this is what we're talking about. But yeah,
I prefer to talk about sex.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So you're gonna.
I'll be more than happy to do
exactly.
that with you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
It's just been a heavy week.
It has. Yeah. So it's been overwhelming.
Yeah.
But thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Joining us.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you. But you will come back, yes, right?
Yes.
Say it to the camera.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep.
You're gonna be back to talk about sex, baby.
You got a gun to my head.
A man gotta go us in her head, so they ain't gonna do nothing to him. If we got it, they prosecute. Them bitches trying to take our ass out.
You're so stupid.
But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And that's Talking Pink. I'm Keita.
I'm Rachel.
We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
We love y'all. Stay safe.
Wrap it up. Kick his ass. Shoot.
Take it.